Welcome, welcome, welcome. Fantasy Football League, Badass Fantasy Football League. This is your commissioner, Commissioner Zai. First of all, congratulations to those division winners. Big time, first year, won your division. It's exciting. Little news to talk about. I've had people that are bringing up things to change. Schedule. Obviously, we probably started the playoffs a week too early. I think everybody's in majority agreement for that. I'll take the blame for that. But we'll make it work. That's what's been great about this league is we've just made it work on the fly, and that's okay. We'll make it work this year, and we'll put out a better product each and every year. I've had some, people that recommended that the schedule be more division based. It's doable. I've done a manual schedule before for like an 18 teamer, so I'm not against it. It's more work. It's tougher, but it's doable. Also, I was looking into the schedule for the playoffs, trying to get everybody in. Like, if you're not in the top eight, everybody should be in the toilet bowl. I think if we manually do the schedule, I can do that. Again, a little more extra work, but doable. So those are things we can look at. Um, I think maybe somebody suggested something about scoring, and I think there was one other thing. So once the season's over, I will put all the suggestions out. I have them in a little spreadsheet, and we'll move forward with those. They just have to be majority vote at that point. But I don't want to put those out right now. Obviously, respect to the 8 teams that are playing for a championship. We want to just let them focus, and they don't need to be more distracted just trying to make moves. Um, Trying to think some other side notes. Remember, the trade market is still open. We did have a very good question about trading. Somebody had asked, can we trade for future picks if both people are agreed on it? Like a pick that's not available past 2026. And I said yes, but remember, I'm going to be very strict on you have to pay for that year to trade those picks. And so just remember that moving forward, you can agree. Like, you could say, hey, I'm willing to trade my 2027 first round pick for so and so to help me win the championship this year. And if so and so agreed to it, that's cool. And if you paid your fee, that's cool. I'll pass it through. And basically, what I would do is just put that player on your roster. You may have to cut somebody, but then knowing that when the 2027 pick came out on the app, I would switch the 2027 pick to the other team's roster, if that makes sense. But you would have to pay your dues. Um, so I think that makes sense. I think everybody should be good with that. But that was just I am going to be very very strict with that. Um, Also, I will be more strict with the trades. I think we had 2 trades. Uh, Jimmy K traded for Zeke. That was a big time move. We'll talk a little bit about that in the matchup. Excuse me, I got to yawn. But he traded for Zeke, and I passed that through right after kickoff. Basically, they had texted me, they messaged me on the app before that. How I passed it through. They had both agreed. I know they were working on that trade for quite some time before that, and I was just a little bit busy. I hadn't checked the app, and then I saw it about 5 minutes before kickoff. By the time we had texted, yeah, I'll pass it through. Go ahead and confirm it. They had locked, but since they were both in agreement, and Jimmy K wanted Zeke in his lineup, it was an easy decision for me to put that in there. I don't think there's any questions on that. So that was a good trade for him. Zeke had a good night. It's a good trade to pick up somebody when Stevenson's out, and the Patriots are kind of playing with house money right now. They're trying to find a quarterback, trying to get some life a little bit as they finish the year. So good trade for Jimmy K there. See if it helps him win this first round. Be interesting. And then I think Legend 24 Murray had a bye. And then so he went out and got Stafford, and there was some picks involved. I thought that was a pretty equal trade, but I'm definitely going to get more strict. If a trade is, I feel lopsided, I will decline it, and that's just the way it will be in the playoffs. Especially if it's a non-playoff team trading with a playoff team. That non-playoff team better be getting rewarded. Um, if the playoff team is getting a player that's going to help them potentially win a championship. So that's where I'm at with that. Let me know what y'all think going forward. If you have any questions, keep sending the rules, the suggestions. Um, but like I said, I won't put them out until hold on. We are actually, as it is going on, we have a trade that just happened between me and Trav. I traded him the Jets defense for the Bears defense, and I got a third round pick. So there it is. We're trading as we speak. That's pretty cool. That's awesome. But let's talk about the toilet bowl. Like I said, I'm disappointed I couldn't get all the teams in it. So if you're not in the top 8 or the bottom 8, you're done. Your season's over. Congratulations. You didn't. You're not the best. You're not the worst. You're not the best. So you could do better. You could do worse. The toilet bowl. Remember, the loser advances. You do not want to lose. I think it's a fee actually that goes into the pot. and you get a little toilet bowl trophy mailed to you at some point. So yeah, remember the loser advances, so you do not want to do that. So don't get mad if you're not in that. Like I said, next year I'm gonna try to get everybody into the playoffs or to play games at least, even if they're meaningless. Moving forward, let's talk about our top eight. Like I said, congratulations to those division winners. I know that was one of the things suggested to play more division games. I'm looking into that. I'm going to work on that. I think it's a great suggestion, and hopefully we can get it passed through. Matchup number one seed Coach Trav and Scoop's team. Coach Trav's going to win this matchup. I know he thinks he's a little banged up, and Trav will always find a way to be the underdog. Scoop, hell of a season to get in the playoffs. Credit to you, man. Tip the cap. Other way, tip the cap. I just see Trav winning this one. I don't know that Scoop can score enough, but it's fantasy football, so you never know. Scoop's praying for big plays and touchdowns, baby. But Trav will move on to the second round. The next matchup I think is interesting. Jimmy K. I thought this was going to be a really, really first team to 100, but Zeke really helped him. And so now he has an advantage. But Mud Dogs has surprised all year, so let's see what Mud Dogs has in his hope. But I'll say Jimmy K moves on just from that trade. Hell of a move right there around playoff season. One of the best moves of the season, probably, based on the carries and touches Zeke was going to get and just the magnitude of that game. You know, you just knew Zeke was going to get the ball a lot. And so that was a great move for Jimmy K. So he's going to advance probably on that one move. Obviously, we all know Jimmy K's all in, so he needs to win. Next matchup is Smokey and Tommy Three Putt. So you have the tight end you and Smokey, who's had a solid kind of under the radar year. Um, I'm gonna go with Tommy Three Putts here. I think Smokey was projected to win all year, all week. I mean, but I'm gonna project that Tommy Three Putts gets the upset, and when he does that, uh, it will be tight end you, baby. But it all comes down to his tight ends, right? Do they go for a couple catches and no touchdowns, or do they get to that 5 through 7 catches, 2 touchdowns? If they do that, his team is tough. They could make a run. And then you have the Legend 24 and Fear X Shift. I think Legend 24 is the best roster. I've said that. I think Trav may have the best individuals, but Legend 24 has the best top to bottom roster week in, week out. Doesn't always mean you win fantasy football. That's the key. That's why we're all here playing. And then Team Bums has really finished the year strong. Like, congratulations to you. That was a hell of a run. But I think Legend 24 wins this again. A big time trade to get Stafford. I think it kind of made the matchup a little more lopsided. If he didn't get Stafford, it would have been close. So yeah, that's where I'm at. So that's my predictions for round one. I don't want to take up too much of your guys' time. The focus is on these 8 teams competing for a championship. It's been a hell of a year one. Like I said, congratulations to the division winners. If you got any questions, shoot me a text. I'm gonna answer your text quicker than I'm gonna answer on the app. I'm just in too many leagues on this app. I can't look at it all the time, and I'm pretty busy right now. So that's how it is moving forward. I am your commissioner. Congratulations again. Good luck. I'm looking forward to watching all this, and let's make some trades. I'll make a podcast this week about about the draft. Some questions that I have for you guys, and I want you guys to be able to ask questions after I make my video. But that is what it is moving forward, and just excited to watch, enjoy football. It's a great time of year for sports. Great time of year for life. Christmas is coming up, all that stuff. So be safe out there. Tell your loved ones you love them. Stay blessed. Commissioner's Eye is out. Congratulations. We are in the first week of Badass Fantasy Football League playoffs, and it's a good time. I think we have really solid 8 teams. I think we had a solid 8 to 12 teams in the league, and that's good. That's a good start for year one. About 50% of the teams were really competitive. Let's see if we can get that to grow, and let's see what the draft does for people. But yeah, just very exciting. I appreciate y'all. Keep the questions. Make sure the commissioner's on his game. I appreciate that, y'all. Commissioner's Eye is out.